Welcome to your Optavia LifeBook audio channel. My name is Christy Baker, and I'm going to be reading to you from our LifeBook written by Dr. Anderson. Thank you so much for joining me today. Before we dive into our reading in element 19.5, starting on page 391, if you could take just a quick second and press the subscribe button, that way you know when the next video is coming out. And feel free to share it with your other fellow Optavians, whether it's your coach or another client. This is a great resource for all of us. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. Today we're going to be starting off talking about sleep disruption. There are several potential things that can affect our sleep. There's a detailed discussion in part 2.13 in Dr. A's Habits of Health if you'd like to go deeper into this topic. Here we want to evaluate if your behavior and habits are an issue and to what extent they affect you in order to stop them from having a negative impact on your sleep. So I'm going to give you a little quiz, and I'd like you to write down on a scale of 1 to 10 how much these may be affecting your sleep, and 10 is being the most harm. Number 1, you do not see the value in sleep. Number 2, caffeine. 3, exercising in the evening. 4, a messy bedroom. 5, too much light. 6, anxiety or mind racing. 7, alcohol. 8, big meals at night. 9, blue lights. 10, a noisy bedroom. 11, an inconsistent bedtime. Or 12, no real purpose in your life. So go ahead and give yourself a score on all of those. Now put them into a descending order and choose below which ones that you're going to work on first and what you're going to do. I would suggest, like before, reading part 2.13 in Dr. A's Habits of Health for some additional information on that. Go ahead and text that information to yourself so you can review that with your coach and get a solid plan to put that into effect starting today. There's no reason not to get started right away. Next, we'll set some times that you can insert into your integrated Habits of Health clock to minimize the effects of some of these behaviors that you do not intend to fully stop. The first one is, in order to manage some of these behaviors and habits which may be having a negative effect on our sleep and energy, it's important to create bright lines. In legal jargon, bright lines are the boundaries that we create and enforce by drawing a line in the sand of what we can and cannot be done. They are lines that cannot be crossed. In terms of the behaviors listed below, such as drinking alcohol or caffeine, it's usually better not to do these if you want to be best prepared for sleep. But if we are unwilling to eliminate them at this time, we need to set some hard curfews to help create a cue for the time that we will stop this behavior in order to best support our best sleep. Here's an illustration that shows that when you should stop certain behaviors that can have a negative impact on the quality or quantity of your sleep. For example, 8 hours before bed would be the ideal time to stop drinking any source of caffeine. 5 hours before would be all caffeinated products. 4 hours before bed would be exercise. 3 hours before would be alcohol and heavy meals. 2 hours before would be work or serious conversations. 1 hour before would be digital sunset, turning off all sources of blue lights. And in bed, lights out. So that gives you a nice progression of when to stop those behaviors. Note that in terms of highly caffeinated products like coffee, espresso, and others with over 50 milligrams, these should be suspended 8 hours before you expect to be in bed. All lower level caffeine items should stop being consumed within 5 hours of sleep to make sure that your level does not interrupt your induction into a deep sleep. Another way that we can address our sleep health is by changing your bedroom sleep architecture. These are some ways that you can eliminate once. These are some things that you can eliminate once you will have a profound effect on your sleep. A few suggestions are: remove all electronics from the bedroom, your TV, your cell phones, your blue lights. Darken all clocks and other devices that emit light. Use special glasses that block blue light or get special bulbs. Make sure that your temperature is less than 68 degrees, and experiment between 62 and 68 to find the ideal temperature for you. And what I'd like to do is just pause and reflect and have you write down, either in texting yourself or in the notes section of your phone, write down what's best for you so you can remember these and then put them into effect tonight. Make sure that you're not using a quilt that makes you hot. The idea is for your body to lower its core temperature to maintain ideal sleep. Also, wear lightweight clothes for the same reason. If you cannot avoid outside noises, get an air filter that can create an ambient noise, or invest in a sound device that creates natural sounds like the ocean surf or rainfall. These are all practical things that we can do right away to increase our sleep health. In our next video, we're going to be talking about that stress and anxiety factor and how that also plays a part in disrupted sleep. I'll give you a few suggestions that will really be helpful from our book. So thank you for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.